Good afternoon, everybody. It's Facebook Live time. I hope you are all ready to stamp with me today. I have, I think, some pretty awesome projects planned. I'm really excited to share them with you. So welcome, everybody. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Dan. Dan's my boyfriend. I gotta get my Stampin' Lips on. Yay. So, I have to tell you guys, I just am excited to stamp with you. I'm excited because I love sharing my passion for stamping with you every week. I love that you're so sweet and you guys have so much fun. I love the messages I get about how much you enjoy what I share. So I'm so grateful for that. So thank you. Susan. Oh my gosh, Susan, I got a message from a lady who lives on Shenandoah Court, and she has something for you from me. And what is your street named? Oh my gosh. Something's happening. Sorry, I saw your name flash and I had to say something. Anyway, I'm making Dan blush. That's the best thing I've heard all day. Oh my gosh, thank you. Did I survive my crazy weather? Well, okay, so last week was pretty crazy, and I did survive it. I think, though, I did succumb to the brutal urge to do absolutely nothing, combined with my children who were home for 3.5 days last week and the week before. That was a lot. Like, they just bug ya and they're all up in your face. I think we did discuss it a little bit last time. Anyway, it was really weird how hard it was to get anything done because they were here and because the weather just was so awful. All I really wanted to do was crawl up in a ball and watch Netflix. So really what I did was I crawled up in a ball and then I would try and work. And then I would crawl up in a ball and then I would try and work. And I didn't get enough done. And having said that, I did mail out some stuff late. I really apologize. Well, I had a lot of strikes against me. First of all, there was no mail service for like 2 or 3 days last week. And there was no UPS for several days last week. So that just kind of put everything behind. So I'm really sorry about that. But I did clear my box of mail. It's all gone. So that's good. And so, okay. So we got to talk about this Super Bowl, right? I used to really kind of be a big football fan, and then I've kind of gotten over it because I think a lot of things about football are kind of icky. Not so much football, but like the extracurriculars of the players and the extracurriculars of the people who are fans of football. And gosh, oh, there, now I'm not like scary. Just, like the human trafficking and the things that professional football players get away with, stuff like that. Anyway, oh my gosh, are you guys still there? My daughter texted me and I was trying to like get rid of the notification so I could see the whole screen and sorry. Okay. So anyway, yeah, so the Super Bowl. Well, so Ella's little boyfriend, I shouldn't say little boyfriend because he's actually a relatively big guy. He's the sweetest kid. I mean, we really like him. He is a football player in high school, and I think he's some kind of lineman, defensive lineman. And so Ella has been trying to pick up a little bit about football this year, and she tries so hard. But she was at her boyfriend's house for dinner on Saturday night with his family, and they were playing games and doing some other stuff, having, just having fun with his family. And she said, oh, sweet Ella. She said, well, I saw him throw a ball to his dad, and I told him he could never be a wide receiver. And I said, Ella, throwing the ball does not happen when you're a wide receiver. And she's like, what? I go, it's in the name, receiver. You receive the ball, you don't throw it. I go, well, and then she said, and then what else? Oh, she goes, oh, a running back. I go, no, it's in that name too. A running back runs with the ball. She's like, oh. I go, who throws the ball, Ella? And then she's like, a quarterback. I'm like, okay, so Ella was so into the game last night, which was really weird. And so she kept cheering, and she cheered for the Patriots, I think because her boyfriend said he was going to cheer for the Rams. And honestly, I wasn't really even sure who was playing until like yesterday, like the day before yesterday, I guess I should say. So long story short, it was really humorous watching her get all excited about football. And I used to be the crazy football fan in the house. She got it from me. It's a little weird, and I'm not sure what the deal is. But let's get to the important topic, which is the halftime show. I personally am a fan of Maroon 5. I like Adam Levine. I'm not a huge tattoo person. I think he's gotten a little excessive in his tattoos, but that's his choice. That's fine. They're not my tattoos. They're his tattoos. But I thought the halftime show was not that great. And I have been to a Maroon 5 concert. I had a great time. They sounded amazing. But it was, I don't know, it just was weird. And when he took his shirt off, it was funny because I was like, my husband had walked out of the room and then he took his shirt off and I was like, whoa. And the funny thing is, when my friend Krista and I went to the Maroon 5 concert, she's like, I totally thought he would take his shirt off. We didn't even get that. And so when he did, I was like, ooh. And then my husband, of course, walks right in. And I think he was kind of like mad about it because I was commenting on it. And I don't know. I don't think Adam Levine is like super hot. I don't know. He's all right. But that guy that sang second, I think Travis, what was his name? Travis something? Travis Scott, I think is his name. I thought that part was pretty crappy. Like, yes, they had to bleep him, like long bleeps, and he just was like, I couldn't understand what he was saying or singing, or that's so not my cup of tea. And then I was scrolling through Instagram last night, and People Magazine, which I follow on Instagram, I make no apologies. People Magazine, I think, had a video of his daughter watching him, and she was like dancing while he was on stage, and I thought, ew, like, and this daughter, by the way, was like a really little kid, like maybe one-ish. And then I realized that is the baby daddy of one of those Kardashian Jenner kids. Blah. Okay. And then SpongeBob came on, and I just did not understand that either. I guess the SpongeBob creator died and something about the Super Bowl, and I really felt like I was such an old woman last night. And my daughter knew who that was. Nobody knew who Big Boy was. And I don't know if the song he sang was his or if it was a different song. That part wasn't so bad. But it just was weird. It was not the best show. So I don't know. I'm telling you, bring back, like, I don't even know. I liked Gaga. She was pretty good. Like, and who was last year? Oh, Justin Timberlake. I'm not even a huge fan of his, but it was pretty good. I don't know. Remember when Bruno Mars was on? I thought that was pretty awesome. And I'm not even that big of a Bruno Mars fan either, but it was good. Okay, now that we have thoroughly discussed that, oh, and then the other good comment was, if you were looking in the crowd, you could see like the people around the stage. Yeah, the only men in that audience were security. It was all women, which I thought was kind of funny. And when we went to the Maroon 5 concert, it was all women. All women. There were like 4 boyfriends, husbands, boyfriends in the audience, and they were not happy. So anyway, yes, Prince was amazing. And you know, the funny thing, my husband and I were talking about that this weekend, how like when I was a kid growing up, I liked Prince. I mean, I'm Minnesotan. It's kind of built into your blood that you kind of should like Prince. And I remember him being pretty crazy. I always wondered why he wore the high heels, because I thought that was a little weird. But he is really short. and I always remember liking Prince music, but I didn't love Prince music until I was a little older. And I remember that one of my childhood friends, she was a dancer. Like she grew up taking dance, and I did when I was really, really little, but then I gave it up. And she danced to Raspberry Beret, like when we were in junior high or high school. And I remember her costume had a raspberry beret, and I thought that was so cool. Okay, now I'm done. All right, I have lots to share with you today. Like lots to share with you. First of all, I've got some prizes. I've got prizes, I've got cards, and then I've got sneak peeks, and I have a big announcement because, are you guys ready for this? Like, I can't even quite wrap my head around this. This is like almost as big as my $1 million achievement. And that is, I am going to have my 20th Stampin' Up! Anniversary tomorrow. Can you guys even stand that? 20 years that I've been doing this, which I seriously can't even, like I said, I can't quite wrap my head around that. Like, how is it possible? I've been using rubber stamps for 20 years and like I haven't gotten sick of it or anything. So I do have some big plans for my 20th anniversary, which I will tell you about a little bit later. And I also have, so I have a big special that I'm going to have coming up tomorrow. It's going to be for 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday of this week. And I also have a Facebook Live for my $1 million group, which is going to be tomorrow. I haven't even announced it in there yet. I did a lot of planning this morning since I kind of was a bit of a lazy tushy last week. Well, long story short, it's all coming together, so I'm excited. All right, so let me share. I'm going to flip my camera around so I can share with you my fun, exciting stuff. I also, I did do one thing yesterday, which is clean my office out quite a bit. And like, I don't know, well, it's not super clean. Well, I was die cutting, but like normally there's a lot of junk right here. And this desk that, here, I'll flip the camera and you can see. Okay, normally, like, I'm always pushing stuff out of the way, but it's actually pretty clean here, so that's I'm proud of myself. I should take a picture so you can see, because Kelly knows I usually have a ton of stuff piled up, and so she can see that. But anyway, I wanted to show some of the cards that I've gotten in the mail this last week. So look at this. This is from Yeah, Janet. Whew. Isn't this beautiful? So this is a beautiful card Janet sent me, and she had a very nice note in here. I get a lot of nice notes, and it really helps because today I got another crappy response on my YouTube channel from somebody who did not like my lipstick. So I told her to have a nice day. Anyway, this one was so sweet. This is from Natalie. And by the way, I love this card, Natalie. Totally my colors. She said, I think I used Coastal Cabana because I think you said it's your favorite color. You're right, Natalie, it is, and I love it. So I think this is a super cute card. I love, love, love it. The colors are perfect, and I love how happy, happy, happy it is. Here's another fantastic card. This uses some paper from last year that we had in our Occasions catalog, but it's really nice. This is from a demonstrator friend of mine, Barbara. So Barbara, you're so sweet. She's actually been sending me all kinds of cards. So that's so nice of her. Here's another gorgeous card. This is, I think she said she was, oh no, I guess not. Well, this is from Kathy, but we did sort of a similar card last week using this where we layered the two. It was the two foils that we used. But obviously this is perfect for layering different colors. So thank you so much. And this is a really sweet card I got. And actually I'm going to read this to you because, well, hopefully I'll be okay. But this is from my downline, Diana. And she was a customer for a long time. And then I finally convinced her to join Stampin' Up! Because she had been spending, let's just say, a good amount of money. As you know, what happens at the Creativity Cave stays at the Creativity Cave. So I will never divulge. But sometimes it makes financial sense to become a demonstrator just for the discount. And I definitely recommend that if you have been spending, let's just say, a bit of money, it is definitely a good idea to sign up to get the discount. And Diana signed up, I think, it might have been last year during the celebration. I can't remember. Well, anyway, so she's one of those kind of fun people. I say this because this is kind of what happened to me, where she didn't really plan on doing anything, but then all of a sudden she found herself offering classes. And so anyway, she had sent me this card because she had earned some prizes as a part of our team. So I'm going to read this to you. It says, I can't begin to tell you how much I appreciate you and all the things you do for your downline. I have learned so much from you, and I continue to get out of my comfort zone and into new and exciting things. Thank you so much. And I read this, and this is kind of funny. I had a little situation arise last year. Actually, I meant to talk about this earlier. So I think the day after, like the coldest day of the year, it was the day my kids finally went back to school. Oh, Friday. So Friday, my kids finally went back to school. And I offered Carl a ride to the bus stop because it still was pretty cold. And they had a late start, so it wasn't like it was super early. Well, I turn the corner to the bus stop, and there's like 10 other cars. So our neighborhood goes pretty deep, and the junior high kids have to walk all the way out, to the edge of the neighborhood. And so I was not the only parent doing this. So there's tons of cars. And I thought, okay, well, I'm out. I may as well. I ran to the store, went after I'd dropped him off. And of course, this is, the funny thing is I saw this meme where someone said, the difference with the polar vortex is now that moms have to put 2 pairs of pajamas on to take their kids to school, which I thought was funny. And was true. I realized when I did this that I was wearing, I had like sweatpants on or something, but I was not, let's say, dressed to be going out anywhere public. Cause like I said, I was just going to quick run him to the to the bus stop. So anyway, I went just to the gas station because it occurred to me, like, I did not look good. Like I looked bad. So I turned around to come home, and there's this bump near my house on the road. It's like where the pavement goes from like concrete to tar pavement, so it's kind of a bump. Anyway, when I went over that bump, all of a sudden this high-pitched noise happened, like this bang. It was really loud. And I was like, oh my gosh. It freaked me out, first of all, and I did not know what it was until I looked in my rearview mirror and I saw like icicle slushy stuff dripping from the back window. And I was like, oh my gosh. And of course, I realized what it was. There was Diet Coke, a thing of Diet Coke, cans of Diet Coke in the back of my car, and they were in there during the whole polar vortex, which means they were frozen, and two ended up exploding. And let's just say I was both surprised by the noise of the pop can exploding. I was freaked out by that noise, and then I was horrified by the mess that it made in the back of my car. And I was so sick of my kids being home, and I was sick of the weather. I was sick of everything. And so I started crying in the car because all this happened. So anyway, the moral of all of that long story is this card came that day. And it was so nice to read this card. So I was so grateful. And this was like the first day that mail started coming back again, because we didn't have mail for a few days. So that was just crazy. Oh my gosh. So I don't know, you guys. It's still in my car. I haven't gotten it cleaned out because I don't even know what to do. I haven't put anything in the back of my car. Although we went to the store yesterday and I laughed. I was like, yeah, it's probably not going to be pretty back there. It really wasn't that bad, but I think it does need a good cleaning. Oh, goodness. So anyway, that's all my stories. I really need to zip my lip and start doing some stuff. So I did drawings, I've got some stamp sets to give away, and this is the Crackle Paint background stamp. And I really planned this really well because we're actually going to use this background stamp not once, but twice today. So I'm excited about that. And by the way, a good Midwesterner should know better. I mean, this is not the first time this has happened to me. Usually it wasn't like a whole thing of pop. It was just one can. But anyway, I should know better. I say that as I take a sip of my Diet Coke. And really, I should also quit Diet Coke. I know I should. All right. Okay, so I drew two names. The first name is Janie Westcott. And to claim your prize, make sure that you email me. You've got 2 weeks to do this. So Janie, you've got 2 weeks to email me with your mailing address so I can get this out to you. There have been a few unclaimed stamp sets lately, guys, so don't forget to do that. So congratulations to you, Janie. And then our other winner is Tina Hengen, I think is how you say it, Hengen. So congratulations to you, Tina and Janie. Make sure you send me an email and include your mailing address so that I can get these mailed out to you. So congratulations so much. I hope you are going to like these sets, and I'm going to show you how to use them in just a couple of minutes. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is talk about two things that are coming. And then I'm going to show them to you. So, okay. This is literally fresh out of the box. Okay, so Stampin' Up! Always has a second offering of celebration. I shouldn't say always. The last few years, we've had a second offering of celebration. Okay, I have to tell you something, though. So likewise, with the soda in the car in the freezing conditions, I've also once left a gallon of milk in my car over the long weekend in the extreme heat. That one was probably a lot worse because it took a while to get the smell out, and that it did include a car detail. Oh my gosh. Anywho, um, so Celebration, we have a second offering, which is just, they're going to add some items to Celebration. And they always do this for a couple reasons. One, to kind of build a little more excitement back into Celebration. It is a long promotion, but this is a great reason to kind of relook at everything again. Also, because sometimes products can run out during Celebration, and because it is a limited period of time, and things often come from far away, as in i.e. China, it is difficult to get those products back in stock in time. And then thirdly, it's just fun. So the new offerings are three things. There's a new stamp set, and this set is called All Adorned, and it was geared towards using it with your Stamparatus so that you can do Stamparatus techniques with it. So these really fun images are created, like I said, to work with your Stamparatus. Now, if you don't have a Stamparatus, that doesn't mean you can't use them. It's just you can do some fun things with that. So I'm really looking forward to playing with this. And I will show you, because I have it right here. This is it up close. So a really fun set. It's photopolymer, which is nice. So you can see everything as you're positioning these images. So that's going to be lots of fun. Next, we have, oh, and I meant to run this through my Big Shot before I hopped on, and maybe I'll do that quick if you will bear with me. This is, I don't even know, stunning, I guess, is the best word I could think of. This is called the Country Floral Dynamic Textured Impressions Embossing Folder. So that's a mouthful for a really, really beautiful embossing folder. So give me a second. I'm going to grab a piece of cardstock and run this through. Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look at that. It is gorgeous. I mean, it's just really pretty. Wow. Oh, and it's like, I mean, can you see? Like, there's a lot of dimension in this. It's so big. I think this is really, really beautiful. Wow. Whew. Okay. This has got to be about the best embossing folder we've ever had. Wowee. This is so, so gorgeous. It says it coordinates with the Gingham Gala Suite, which is the butterflies. So that's pretty cool. Oh, I love it. All right, so there's that. Then so those are both level 1 choices. For a $50 purchase, you can get either of these. Then there's a level 2 option, which is really cool. I'm super excited about this. It is a bundle, and it's called the Painted Seasons Bundle. And this is a stamp set of 7 images. So here is the stamp set, and it's really pretty. And it is a cling mount, and it's got tons of detail in these beautiful, beautiful images. Oh, I'm really excited about this. And then it comes with coordinating paper. And you know what this totally reminds me of? Do you remember the Painted Harvest stuff that we had? It goes with the Painted Harvest stamps. Isn't that the name of it? The stamp set. And then we had printed paper. This kind of reminds me of that. It's totally different paper, but the style of that paper is, I guess, similar. It's not exactly the same. So there's 3 sheets of 4 different designs. Look at that. Oh. 3 sheets of 4 different designs. And it is just beautiful paper. Oh my gosh. In fact, we're going to pull one of these out and make a card with it. I'm just saying. Okay, so I really, 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 really like this. Now, the only way you can get this bundle is if you spend $100. So it's a level 2 choice. Okay, so it's definitely something you're going to want. Now, the second release does not start until the 15th of this month, just so you know. If you are a demonstrator, you can pre-order these items. You cannot earn them for free right now. You can only pre-purchase them. And then if you want them and can't wait, gosh darn it, you can sign up and put these in your starter kit. So that would be kind of a cool thing. So all of this is going to be available on February 15th. Okay, so next week from Friday, I guess, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm really excited about these. Now, of course, we still have all of the other goodies that are available. This organdy ribbon is turned off for right now, and they have told us that they don't think the Grapefruit Grove and Lovely Lipstick foil sheets that I used last week are going to last the whole time, nor do they think the Precious Parcel kit is going to last the whole of Celebration. So just be aware of those. The supply is getting dwindled. Okay, now this part is even more exciting. Now this part doesn't start until March 1st, but I want to show it to you, and I am going to use one little part of it today, so it's pretty cool. So this is the first time they've ever done this. It's totally new, and it's something called Celebration Coordination. So what they've done is they've taken several of the Celebration items and added coordinating products to go with it. So let me show you what that looks like. There is a stamp set called More Than Words, and it's a great stamp set, and a bunch of the sentiments in here coordinate with other stamp sets. So for instance, Today Calls for Something Sweet is geared towards the Hello Cupcake stamp set, and you can see that it even kind of has the same type of font. Also, here's another good example, Jumping In and Hopping By. You might have figured out that that goes with the So Happy Together stamp set. So these are designed to work with other images in Celebration. The other stamp sets, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. They also came out with 4 sets of coordinating framelits. Now, all of these are for purchase. You don't earn them or anything. They're just available for purchase. You could get them free if you wanted to Stampin' Rewards for it, but otherwise you can buy all of this stuff. So this is a set of framelits that coordinates with this brand new Painted Season stamp set. So yay! They also have a set of framelits for the So Happy Together. The Call Me Cupcake Thinlits go with the Hello Cupcake. And then the Lily framelits go with the Lily, Lasting Lily stamp set, which is this one. So beautiful. So I'm very excited about this. It is really awesome. Now there's also the Story Label Punch. And here we go. So this is a really great punch because I do believe it cuts out all of these words. It's the right size to cut all of these out. But I think this is going to be a really good all-purpose punch for lots and lots of different things. I'm just grabbing a scrap so I can show you what it looks like. So here we go. Oh yes, I'm going to be very excited about this. So a really neat label. I like this, kind of something a little different. I'm also anxious to try out like what other things I can combine this with. So anyway, all of this stuff is not available right now unless you're a demonstrator, just so you know. So if you've been thinking about joining, this is kind of a fun opportunity to get some of these things right away, you know, like before they sell out or whatever. And speaking of that, I wanted to talk just very briefly about, well, I'm kind of picking up here, about back orders. Sarah, our CEO, got on to one of our Facebook groups for leaders last week and talked to us about the back order situation. I know back orders can be very frustrating. I know they're frustrating for me, of course. they're definitely frustrating for you because you want these fun goodies and you want to work with them. But what she told us was that they are planning very, very well for back orders. They are not, some people have said, oh, they're in financial trouble, or that they're too cheap to buy things. That is absolutely not the case. Not the case at all. They plan for this, but people just have gone crazier than they thought. To give you an example, the butterfly punch has been really, 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 really popular. So this punch, normally in an annual catalog, they will sell like for any given punch, a more popular punch, actually, they will sell, I think they said like 12,000 of these, between 12 and 20,000, I think. So, and they also said that that's pretty typical for a mini catalog too, like the occasions or the holiday catalog. Well, they ordered 47,000 of these to start with. And then they placed another order, right away after demonstrators were pre-ordering them. And then they placed 2 more orders after that. And this has only been available for a month, okay, for customers. So they have placed all these orders right away. But the problem is punches come from China. There's not a way to get them at a price we are willing to pay in the US. So that means that we have to wait, and it takes a long time to get these. The turnaround is not immediate, and it's not like we order a couple hundred of them. We order like 10, 20, 30,000 of them. And so I just want you to know that Stampin' Up! Takes this incredibly seriously. When they have to send you something that's on back order, they make absolutely zero money. All of their profit goes into paying that shipping to get it to you. So I just want you to be aware that they are doing everything they possibly can to make this work. So, I just wanted you guys to know that and hear that information. I've talked about that with my team, but it's good to know, that back orders they are a huge issue for Stampin' Up! Just like they are frustrating for us. So there you go. Okay, I'm done talking about back orders. Now, I think it's time we make a fun card. This is a card that I'm going to kind of alter a little bit, that I received in a swap that I actually host. And it is a really, really, really cute card, I think. This was made by Yvette Sanchez, and she is from New York, and I love this card. So I was really excited about it. I'm going to start by taking a piece of watercolor paper, and I used watercolor paper just because I think the background you get looks a little better than if you were to use, say, like Whisper White or something. You could absolutely use Whisper White, but this is just watercolor's kind of my preference. And having said that, I've been doing, without giving anything away, I've been doing a little research because I need to start working with the Stampin' Up! Illustrators on my stamp set for my $1 million achievement. And I've been looking at some of the things that I want to incorporate, and I'm just looking at a lot of different things. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about that a little bit, and it's possible there could be some watercoloring somehow involved, but that's all I'm going to say. Okay, so watercolor paper is my favorite. I'm going to pick up some Pool Party. Oh, I don't know if I like that. Well, maybe. It'll be okay. So I just want a light kind of background on here. That's Pool Party. And this is just like in lieu of having an actual layer of Pool Party cardstock, because I wanted it to be a little bit lighter than that, not quite so bold. And I don't know, can you even see that? It's not very dark. But it's just a little color that you can add to it. And I'll just put a little bit more. Woohoo! Now I kind of like the unevenness of the color. That kind of is the whole part of the thing. I'm going to grab my heat tool and heat this up quickly. Or dry this off, I should say, so I can adhere it to my card. It's nice and curled. Yeah, that's not making it better. There we go. Gotta heat it into submission, right? Oh, it's flattening out so nicely. Awesome. Okay. So I'm just going to attach this to the background of my card, and you can see it's just a skinny little layer I've left on my black cardstock. And then I'm going to attach this and I am seeing a couple of you are having connection issues. My guess is it's your internet. I will get this up as soon as possible on my website. I know I didn't actually put last week's up until this morning early, but I hope to get this up even maybe tonight yet. Okay, now I've taken a piece of the Share What You Love printed paper with all the polka dots and adhered that to a layer of black. This is 3x4, and then the black layer is 3 1/8 by 4 1/8 inches. And I'm just going to kind of attach this on here like so. Okay, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a scrap. And, ooh, I bet I didn't grab that scrap. Oh, well, oh, I have it. Okay, so I'm going to take a scrap of Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to stamp. And give me just a second. Oh, my goodness, my phone is like bleeping because my friends are texting me. Don't they know I'm live? That's funny. They do. Okay, but now, what did I do with my cupcake stamp set? I pulled it out to show you guys, but then... Seriously, how does this happen to me every time? And I even clean my office. Oh, I found it. It was with all the new stuff. Okay, so how did you share the right way? Ooh. What do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean about that, Anna. Okay. I'm just trying to read these. Okay. So I'm going to take a couple of images from here. So I've got the Celebrate Your Day. I've got the cupcake bottom and the cupcake top, and I think that's everything I need. Yeah. Okay, so what we're gonna do is stamp this top on our Granny Apple Green cardstock in Granny Apple Green ink. Okay. And then I'm going to take and stamp my little cupcake wrapper, if you will, on a scrap of crumb cake cardstock. And I'm going to stamp this in, oh my gosh, what did I do with it? I had the ink pad out. Gosh, I feel like a fish out of water today. This is not, there we go. Oh, this is soft suede ink. So a little bit darker than normal. It could be a Facebook issue, I suppose, but I haven't had any trouble with Facebook today, just as an FYI. Okay, so I've stamped both of these images. Now what I need to do really quick is, because like I said, I literally opened my box up right before I went on that had my cupcake dies and all this new goodies. on here. Okay, so in this set of framelits, we've got this piece that will cut out the base of the cupcake. And then we have this piece that will cut out the top icing of the cupcake. And if any of you were here a couple of weeks ago, well, let me cut these out and then I'll talk to you about this. So give me 1 second. I'm just die cutting, hold on. Oh my gosh, I love these. So look at that. It even cuts that piece out. How awesome is that? Okay, so now I did, ahead of time, I die cut out these two parts, which are just the a stitched shaped circle and a scalloped layering circle. Okay, now what I'm going to do is actually stamp this cupcake base just once more on here. And the reason I'm doing this is so that I can see my cupcake and kind of position it on here. Then I'm going to pop this up. And sometimes it's kind of nice to just have this for reference on your circle. You don't have to do it, but sometimes it's kind of nice because we're going to, actually, this is not the piece I meant to pop up. Oh well, we're going to pop it up anyway. There we go. Okay. It doesn't matter. So then I'm going to pop up my cupcake. So this is, and if you're just joining in, this is one of the dies that coordinates with one of our celebration stamp sets. These dies will be available for purchase starting March 1st. So we've got a little while yet. If you have been thinking about becoming a demonstrator, you can get them now. You can add them to your starter kit if you want, which is kind of awesome. Okay, so I'm going to take my clear Wink of Stella and I'm just going to go over the cupcake icing. Now, there's been some talk about what this cupcake looks like. And I'm going to mostly leave it at that, except to say that it's just some decorative squiggly lines, people. That's all. All right. Now I'm also going to take this whole layer and pop it up onto my circle. Gosh, I do actually have a layer of, or I have a thing of dimensionals out, but for some reason I just, every time I need a dimensional I have to pull a fresh sheet out. That's why I usually have like 6 or 8 sheets. I am terrible. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop that up. So cute. Now I'm gonna take a scrap of paper. I think this is big enough, yeah. And I'm gonna stamp Celebrate Your Day in black ink. Now we had a pretty, I wouldn't say heated, but a little bit of a discussion last week about the proper use of black ink. And for me, I personally, let's see, I'm going to move this over here. Sorry. I personally like using Memento. And it's not as rich or solid a black ink as StazOn Black is, but it cleans up really nicely. It doesn't stain your stamps, and if it does, it's just a little. So that's the reason why I like that.
Hi, I'm going for a run.
Okay. Be safe. Don't slip.
We'll try not to.
Stay warm. So there we go. Okay. Now I'm going to take and trim this on my paper cutter real quick. Ooh. There we go. Okay. Now, well, okay. So, what I was going to do something else, but there is also this, well, so there's a couple of fun pieces that go with this stamp set. So there's this little piece right here, which is like a pick, and here's another kind of decorative pick. So I'm going to take one of these and just die cut this really quick. And I think I'm going to die cut it out of some Coastal Cabana just for, or no, I'll do, well, let's see. Actually, maybe I'll do it out of black. So let me cut that really quick. Sorry about the wait. Okay, so I've got this little pick thing, and I'm going to use this as my flag holder. Okay, so I'm just going to put some fast fuse on here, and then I'm just going to mount my little sentiment right on here, and then attach it. Okay, and so let's finish up our card. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is add a little ribbon behind for fun. So I'm going to use some of this Granny Apple Green because it coordinates, which is awesome. I love, 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 love coordinating ribbon. Whoever thought of coordinating ribbon, I hope they got a raise, because ribbon with coordinating colors is so much fun. And then I'm also going to take, and just to add a little bit of pizzazz, I'm going to put a couple or a little zigzag of our black sequin trim. And the reason is because that kind of fits with our polka dotted background. So there's my little zigzag behind there. It fits with our polka dotted background, and it's really just kind of fun. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this on here with some layers of fast fuse. Then we'll add that ribbon as well. And oops, I did that kind of at the wrong angle. We'll get it. Oh my goodness, I think I'm zigzag impaired today. That's not normal for me. I don't know what to do. Okay, see, I got cocky. I had it all figured out, and then I moved things around a little bit. Okay, there's my zigzag. Now, please, my fingers are stuck to my card, but there. Oh my goodness, that was like the most challenging zigzag I think I've ever done. Okay, so I've got my ribbon. I've got my little zigzag sequins. I'm going to put some more fast fuse down here just to kind of hold everything in place. And then I want my cupcake to be standing upright, like flat. Okay. Then I'm going to take my little cupcake pick, and I'm going to add that to my card popped up as well. Now I want this to be up a little ways, so I'm actually going to put double layers of dimensionals on here so that it's sticking up far enough. Because between my zigzag and ribbon layers underneath, the popping up of my stitch shape, and then the popping up of my cupcake, I want to make sure that this is kind of even with all of that. So then we'll stick that right on there like so, and then I'm going to embellish it with a little rhinestone just for fun. So I think this is so cute. Someone says they can't see. That's really odd. I've never heard of that. Okay, but what did I do with my pick your tool? Oh, I don't see it. I might have to do this with my own fingers. Yikes. We'll just use the scissors. Okay, so I'm just going to take one of these little rhinestones and just embellish my cupcake just for fun. A little fun. So there you go. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh. Someone's saying it's blurry today. Yeah, I would definitely say go out and come back in. I mean, it looks totally in focus to me. So, and I will close your eyes for a sec, just to be sure. I cleaned my lens. Yeah, I think we're good though. Okay, so there is our first card. My gosh, that took a long time. The rest are gonna go simpler because I have things ready. This was just kind of a fun extra because of my goodies that came today. Okay, our next card was a request from someone who had asked to see the is it Wonderful Romance? I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Wonderful Romance. So I'm going to show you that. I've got, actually, what this is going to be my class for this month. So I'm really excited to share that with you. And I'll have the details for that up probably even today yet. I was working on it earlier, but just couldn't quite get it done in time for our Facebook Live. But it's a really, really beautiful bundle. All right, so I'm going to take some printed paper and cut these to 1 5/8 inches. So I need 2 of this pattern and then 1 of this lighter pattern. And I think this is a fun layout. You could do this with lots of different patterns. 1 5/8, just making sure. Okay. And these papers, like I said, they're so pretty. But then when we combine them with some of the beautiful dies that come with this bundle, including this piece right here, I think you're going to be impressed. Okay, so I'm going to take and fold a thick Whisper White card base, and then I'm going to adhere those 3 strips of printed paper that I cut onto this card base. We're just going to kind of spread them out evenly. Now this paper is so beautiful. It has vellum that's printed. It has these gorgeous patterns, and then it also has kind of a wood. You can see this is sort of like a wood grain design, which is always popular. And we're going to use some more wood grain a little later from our Wood Textures DSP, but so pretty. Now, whenever I'm putting layers like this on a card, I like to do the top and bottom first, and then I can fit the middle one right in between so that I can give it a nice even spacing between the 3 layers. If you do them boom, 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 you can sometimes get a little lopsided on the top or the bottom spacing wise, and I don't like that. I think this is much better. Okay, now one of the things I love about this suite is it has a bunch of coordinating products. So I'm going to pull my catalog out to show you. It's right here up at the front. Oh my goodness, things are falling. Ooh, I need that one for that's our next card. So we've got this beautiful stamp set. It's got some really nice sentiments that come with it, as well as, of course, that paper I showed you. And then there's this ribbon, these frosted flower embellishments, and the floral romance seals. There's even an embossing folder. Well, I want to show you the seals because I think they're so cool. And I'm laughing at myself because I forgot that I reorganized my goodies, so I had to pull these out. So these seals are so pretty, and they really do feel like wax seals. They're pretty cool. So I've taken and embossed I die cut and the dies actually do this embossing. Can you see these little veins in the leaves, which I think is really cool. So this is from the Framelit set. And then I've got my little oval label thing, again, also from the set of Framelits. And the sentiments in this set are really nice. Together is a wonderful place to be, which is a great sentiment for either a wedding or for a anniversary. You are the best thing I never knew I needed, which I think is really sweet. And then one of my favorites, thinking of you. Thinking of you is such a good sentiment and such a good reason to send somebody a card. So I know I love when people send me cards that say thinking of you. It's just nice to know that someone's thinking about you and you're important to them. So that's what I'm going to use on mine. I'm going to stamp this in Fresh Fig. That's one of the colors that coordinates with this suite. You could use a variety of different colors though. There's Pear Pizzazz, Mossy Meadow, lots of different things. Now I'm going to stamp this a little bit in the corner. And the reason is I'm leaving a little bit of room up here so I can add that seal. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put a couple of dimensionals in the very center of this oval. And the reason I'm putting them right in the center is so that I have some room to kind of tuck some things in behind underneath this label. So I'm going to place this onto my card like so. And then I'm going to start tucking these different pieces in and behind them. Okay, so, oh my gosh, Master Views, Viewmasters, viewers. Yes, absolutely. That is totally what that looks like. That's really funny that you say that because I couldn't quite put my finger on what it was, but that is totally it. Okay, so I just ripped the stem off. I'm a stem ripper, I'm not gonna lie. I pretty much rip the stems off everything I do with leaves, but I just put a little glue dot under there, and then I'm going to add this large leaf in Mossy Meadow underneath. I'm going to give it a little bit of a curl, and then this little branchy thing I'm going to also add. This one I don't think I'm actually going to rip the stem off. It's pretty rare for me to not rip a stem off, but there you go. So we'll just have those sticking out of the top, and then I've got a couple. Oh shoot, I was supposed to cut another one of these little things. That's okay. You guys will get the gist of it. I can add it later. But I'm going to just tuck in a couple of these leaves and stick them in here like so. And then I meant to cut two of these right here, and then I'd stick another one. So we've got kind of that contrasting color underneath on that side. So my apologies. But I'm going to take one of these little seals and just stick it right up there. And oh my gosh, isn't that beautiful? It's just such a beautiful card. Oh, I can't wait for you guys to see the cards that we're making for this class. They are stunning. So there you go. That class will come out later this month. I have to look at my calendar, which I don't have right next to me, but it will be a little later this month. Very excited about it though. Okay, next up we have a fun card using the heart stamp set. And now this is not actually meant to be a Valentine card at all, but it features the stamp set that is kind of Valentine-y. And the framelits that go with it, and that is the let me grab it for you, the Meant to Be stamp set. The reason I just can't get over how much I like this set, and I don't know why I'm kind of so giddy about it, but I really do like it. It's just so easy to use, and I think the sentiments are just fun. So one of them in here that I just love is the You Make Me Happy. And this is one of those sentiments you could send it to anybody. It doesn't necessarily have to be to a Valentine person. But again, I think this is such a good reason to send someone a card and to tell them you make me happy. Okay, so I'm going to start. This is going to be a bright card, which makes me happy too. All right, so I'm going to start with a, let's see, with a Coastal Cabana card base, and then I've got a layer of Lemon Lime Twist cardstock. So this is 3 1/4 by 5 inches. Now I also have, and actually I wonder, was I supposed to have another layer in here? I think I might have, because, yep. Okay, let me grab it. I must, well, I thought I'd cut this layer, but I guess I didn't. Or maybe I changed my mind. That sounds like me. Okay, so I'm gonna put a layer of, a layer of 4 by 5 1/4 inch Granny Apple Green, and then I'll adhere these 2 pieces together. I'm also going to take a, woo! Oh my gosh, you guys, my heat gun was at my feet, and my foot touched the button and turned it on. That was interesting. Okay, now I also have a piece of this printed paper, which I just put the adhesive on the wrong side. Darn it! Can't a girl catch a break? Okay, you're going to watch some adhesive removal magic, because darn it, I'm not cutting another piece of this. Ooh, it really came off pretty well. Okay, not bad. Good job, Dina. Okay, so we'll turn it over. This is the side I want to adhere. Oh, goodness. So I'm going to put that right in the middle, and then I'm going to trim off that excess. Okay, so as you can see, we've got a bright card in the works here, which I love. And then I'm going to attach this to my card base. Okay. Oh, poop. I got all flustered about this paper, and I shouldn't have, because how many ways can we ruin a card? Okay. I also cut, this is from the stamp set. Darn it all. Do you ever have one of the, it's so Monday. I hate when it's so Monday, because darn it, I had this all figured out. And okay, we're just gonna put a little adhesive under here. See if we can get this to slide underneath. Okay, so this is the little stitched framelit, edgelet piece that comes in this set of framelits that we're going to kind of work our way in here. Okay, so I just have the little stitched edge right there. Okay, and then we're gonna do this again. I have to, so I can shove it in. Oh, goodness. I'm just going to measure this. Okay, so I'll put just a little adhesive in here. It really works better if you attach these little strips before you adhere everything down. I'm just saying. Ask me how I know. Ha ha ha. Okay, but look at how cute that is, and it worked. I shoved those right in there and it worked out. Okay, now I also, ahead of time, die cut this heart, this vellum heart, which is just a little smaller, and then I stamped and die cut this heart, all from that stamp set, ahead of time so that you wouldn't have to watch me do it. Okay, now I love that there's all these hearts that coordinate. There are several stitched hearts. I've shown some of the others before, I think. But I'm just going to pop this or adhere this right here. So on this piece, you can see I've got the polka dot layer. I did die cut it correctly. I've got this vellum layer just to kind of tone things down. And then I'm going to pop up this layer, which I think is so cute. Isn't this just fun? All right. So for this, I'm going to pop this up a little bit. Now I like the vellum. I think it just adds kind of a nice touch, and it's just a calming vellum layer. You know, it just settles down things a little so it's not too in your face, but I just love the vibrant colors of this. Okay, so there we have it. And then we're going to pop up this. Now this is, like I said, I stamped and die cut this out ahead of time. See, I did have some things kind of done ahead for you, so you didn't have to watch me do that part. But this is Melon Mambo, so I stamped it in Melon Mambo and then I die cut it. Melon Mambo ink on Melon Mambo cardstock, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to put a lot of dimensionals on here just to really pop that baby up. Oh, so cute. Okay, I've got two things I'm going to do. I'm going to take and add to this a little bow tied with my silver and white baker's twine because it's got a little sparkle in there, which I just love. I thought about putting a little bit of metallic thread behind, but I kind of decided against it. So I think I'm just going to tie this little bow right on here and attach it, and then we're going to add a sentiment, which of course is going to be "You Make Me Happy." But again, I think this is such a great sentiment for a friend. It's not necessarily for Valentine's Day, although this would make a fun Valentine. I'm just saying. And there's still time to get this, and it's in stock, so yay! But look at how happy this card is. I mean, honestly. All right. So now for my sentiment, I'm just going to take and, let's see, need just a slightly wider piece. And I'm going to stamp this in Melon Mambo once again. Okay, I'm catching up. Yes, this is from the Brights DSP stack. Yep. Okay. Just catching up and making sure I'm getting all of your responses or questions or whatever. All right. So now I'm going to punch that with my triple banner. And then I'm just going to trim this just a little shorter. There we go. Or should we do it longer? Or shorter? Or longer? I hate this. Oh, yeah, so I'll go through everything again really quick in case you missed it. So I've got a card base that is Coastal Cabana. You know, the card that the color that lets us know God loves us. And then I've got a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of Granny Apple Green. I've layered that on a 3 3/4 by 5 inch lemon lime twist. I've added a 2 inch by 4 inch piece of Granny Apple Green DSP stack, and then I tucked the little border in Granny Apple Green that I die cut. That edge is in this set of framelits that goes with the Meant to Be bundle. And then I die cut myself a heart in Calypso Coral print, vellum, and then I stamped this image, which is again part of that set, in Melon Mambo, stamped in the Melon Mambo ink on Melon Mambo cardstock, and there you go. Isn't that cute? Oh, awesome. Oh, and Virginia, you love the Meant to Be creative kit to go. I I do too. I actually have a couple of them left, like 2 or 3. So if you want to get in on that, this was the kit from last month, and I can get that for you if you are interested. Okay, next up, we've got something I've been getting a lot of requests for. I actually get requests for this pretty much every week when I ask people. I was a little surprised I didn't get it this week, but I think it's because I put it in my first Facebook notification that we were going to do a masculine card. We're actually doing 2, although technically this first one could go either way. It could be a masculine or a feminine card. So we're going to start. First of all, we'll get rid of this. There is no place for Melon Mambo in this card. I'll tell you that right now. So we're going to start with half a sheet of Early Espresso ink. And we are going to take out and stamp with the Rooster set. What did I do with it though? Gosh, I'm so mad at myself. I had all this stuff all set out and pretty and organized, and then I started showing things, and then I got crazy, and everything got moved around. But here we go. Home to Roost. Okay. So, Chris, you are asking how to get that kit. If you could tell me a little bit more about what you're talking, that'd be awesome. Okay. So, Home to Roost is one of the celebration stamp sets, and this rooster is just, I don't know, there's something about it. I don't like chickens. I don't like roosters. I don't like birds all that much, to be honest with you. But for some reason, I just love this dang stamp set. It really is cracking me up, too, because I don't know why. And you know what? I want this image, too. We're going to take this and use it, though, to create a really nice masculine card. But the person who I actually think I want to send this to is my, I guess, technically my stepmother-in-law, when my husband's wife. No, I am my husband's wife. My husband's dad's wife. There's an important step in there that I left out. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Yeah, I am my husband's wife. Duh. Okay. So I've got my Early Espresso card base, and I'm going to take and use some Cajun Craze and Night of Navy cardstock on here. I wanted to take this Night of Navy, though, and make it kind of fun. So I'm going to take my bone folder. I know, isn't this weird? Like, why is it that we like roosters? Like, do you guys remember we had a set called Hey Chick a couple years ago that was hilarious? Again, I'm not a bird person, but that was a really fun stamp set. I do actually, a whole bunch of girls on my team they have chickens. Like, like off the top of my head, I can think of 3 or 4 girls, and I don't get it. I guess if you're into like free range eggs, maybe, but I don't know. I don't like eggs, so maybe that's why I don't like chickens. That's where they come from. Okay, so this is the faux suede technique. So I just ran my bone folder all over front and back, and then I can pull those layers apart, and it leaves this really cool suede textured piece behind. So we'll go ahead and adhere that to the bottom of our card. I like to put my adhesive on here because this piece is pretty thin, and sometimes it doesn't want to hold up to the process. Okay, now I'm also going to adhere this to my card base, like so. And then, oh darn it, I did this every time. And then I also want to adhere a little piece of the Wood Textures DSP. I love this piece. It looks like, to me, it reminds me of my grandma and grandpa's wood, like the wood, old wood, I guess. I don't know if that's the right terminology. Oh, but darn it, I keep messing up. I'm going to do a little stamping first. Sheesh. Okay. Things are flying. Just another day here at the Creativity Cave. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this little I don't know what this is. You know what I mean. But I'm going to stamp that a couple times in the background. Across here. And then I'm going to stamp it off a couple more times to fill it in. I just huffed on it so I could get a little more. So you can see I've kind of got the lighter layers behind. Okay, then we're going to put this piece of printed paper kind of over that border, like so. Okay, I'm going to snip this off, and then I'm going to take, and I've got a piece of another piece of printed paper. This is actually a different pattern from this, but it's another one of the prints. And we'll run, this is a 2-inch wide piece that we'll put in our punch. And then, yeah, I need to trim it up. This is a 6-inch piece. So we'll just lop like 1.5 inches-ish off. See? Perfect. Okay. Do you like that? Okay, so I'm going to adhere this right here. Now we've got our card base, actually, I'm struggling here a little. That's where I'm going with. Okay, so that is our card base. Now we're going to do our stamping and coloring. Okay, so I'm going to take and stamp my chicken, rooster, whatever. It's a boy chicken, right? Now, in this case, I'm going to use StazOn. And the reason is because I want my chicken to be watercolored. And if I use StazOn, it is permanent ink. And so we can get a good impression in black. Look at how richly black that is. I love it. And then I'm also going to stamp my sentiment, which is just a note. This is right out of the stamp set. And I'm going to stamp that on a little strip of Whisper White. Oops. As well. Hopefully that's straight. Oh, it's amazing. Okay. So we're going to let that sit for a second. And like I said, I want to watercolor this. So I'm going to, look at this is a virgin pad. Can we just take a minute and celebrate this virgin pad? No ink in the lid, but I'm going to change all that in one fell swoop. Boom! There we go. I'm going to take and color this. I don't believe that there is a Cajun Craze watercolor pencil, but I want to use that color, so that's why I'm going to use my ink pad. And then I'm going to take and, oh, you know what? Maybe I'm not using these pencils. Maybe I'm going to use ink pads. Sorry. I'm having a hard time figuring this out. I've got my Night of Navy. And then I want some crushed curry. Ugh. Okay, but you know what? I am using my pencil on one. Ah! As they come crashing down. And that's brown. And here's why. Early Espresso looks horrible watercolored for some reason. I don't know why that is. I'll show you. It's terrible. So I'll pick this up and you can see how bad it is. It just looks, bleh. Maybe it's a little better now, but I want a warmer color. And if you look at this, I gotta clean this off, but this is gonna be much prettier. See, do you see the difference? So that's like a cold, heartless brown, and this is a warm, happy brown. Okay, so let's do our coloring before we get any further. Oh, I'm also going to use, I think, some real red on here. Now, I don't know if you have ever looked at the pictures of chickens, but remember my husband's wife, my stepmother-in-law, she and her daughter raise chickens, like champion chickens, and it's like a whole thing. And these chickens come in like literally every color of the rainbow. It's crazy. I had no idea it was like this. So I'm just going to pick up and add some color. Now, I don't know if this is necessarily anatomically 100% accurate, but I'm willing to take a little bit of creative license in here as I'm doing this. But I do know there's lots of colors involved in the making of these chickens. Okay. So I'm going to add some more red there, and then I'm definitely going to put red up here because I think we can all agree that there is red up here. I'm sure these parts have names. I don't know what they are. Okay. Then I'm going to add a little bit of brown through here. And we'll blend that out. And then I think up here, it's supposed to be brown too. I don't know. Well, Chris, she's not his stepmom. They got married after we got married. So that is weird. You wouldn't call her a stepmom. She's his dad's wife, I guess. That stepmom is weird in this situation, so that's why I'm saying that, because they didn't get married till after we got married. So okay, now we're gonna add the magic right here, which is going to be some blue down here and all these crazy feathers are going to be blue. We'll add a few more in some darker shades. I probably should have done this on watercolor paper because you know what? I think it would have come out a lot better. Oh well, live and learn. And then I'm going to use that brown for the ground. And we'll blend that out as well. Okay, so that is our chicken. I think it looks pretty cool. Okay, I don't want to argue with you guys about stepmoms, but this woman is not a stepmom. Like, she is not a mother figure. So it would be weird to call her that. Okay, just saying. All right. Now, I'm covering all these ink pads up, and then we're going to add a little bit of fun stuff to this. First of all, I got to grab my crackle stamp. Hold on one second. Okay, so we're going to stamp the crackle on the background of this. And this, oops, I got to grab my crumb cake. This is, oh my gosh, who said he's a sassy rooster? Carmen. He is a sassy rooster. That's so funny. Okay, I'm going to take and stamp off some of the ink I just put on my background here. Okay. And then I'm going to put this down, and I'm just going to touch in a few spots so that I don't get a totally even background. Do you see how I did that? I'm going to do it again, so don't worry. Isn't this awesome? Okay, now I'm going to do this again. So I'm going to ink this background up in my crumb cake ink. Okay, this is an important step. I'm going to stamp off the first layer of ink. Okay. And then I'm I'm going to take my Whisper White and I'm just going to set this on here. And then I'm just going to kind of press in a few spots, not evenly over everything, okay? Just I dabbed in a few spots with my fingers. And when I pick it up, you can see I get partial kind of stamping. And so this is going to be for the inside of our card, and it's just a subtle kind of little background situation. Isn't that awesome with this crackle background? Oh, I love it. Okay, so we'll put that in there. Hi. And then we're going to pop our rooster up. Oh, where? Here are my dimensionals. I was like, I know there are dimensionals on this table right now. And we have one more card after this, if you can hold on. And this is going to feature the Best Catch stamp set, which that has been a request as well. Okay. You know what, though? I think I want to add one more little thing to this. Let's see. And that is, I want to get just a little bit of, I'm just grabbing a sponge dauber here. I'm just going to get a little bit of crumb cake ink along the edge. Ooh, you know what actually would even be better than this is Cajun Craze. Do I have that color though? Yes, I do. Yay. Don't tell anybody we switched in the middle. Oh yeah, that's better. I don't actually stamp or sponge things all that often, but this kind of works. There we go. Okay, so this is Just a Note. Remember we did that. We'll punch. It's weird right there. Maybe we'll just put it on the inside and leave there be no note on the outside. I think I can live with that. Okay. What do you guys think? I don't know. I think we're just going to put it right there. But we'll move it over so it doesn't look like it's cut crooked. Okay, so Just a Note. There's our rooster. So cool. Okay, now our last card. I am kicking myself that I didn't use watercolor paper for coloring that rooster, but that's okay. Live and learn. Our last card features the Best Catch stamp set, which is this one. It is a very simple card. Let me close up my ink pads so there's not a situation brewing here. I'm going to move them out of my way. Okay, so I've got my soft suede is the color. I'm using crumb cake and soft suede. So first of all, I'm going to take my crackle background, and I think I'm going to do what I just did and have this be on the inside. So I'm just kind of pressing in a few different areas. So I've got that kind of background right there, so that's good. Then, so this will be on the inside of my card, so I'll set that aside for right now. Then on the background of our regular card, I'm going to ink it up again, but this time in soft suede ink, because I'm going to stamp that on a soft suede panel. And we'll stamp this full strength this time. So I'm going to take my paper and put it on my stamp. And I'm going to use, this is my rubber. So I'll rub this across the background. And hi, my little buddy's here. I'm so excited. Maybe we'll say hi in just a minute. My assistant came with her sweet little son, who I've showed you pictures of. Okay, so I'm going to just fold my crumb cake card base in half, and then I'm going to add this on top. I'm not going to adhere it quite yet, though, because I'm going to tie something around it. I'm also going to take and stamp. Let me grab my stamps here. See, one of my stamps fell. Where'd it go? Okay. I'm going to stamp my fisherman here in crumb cake ink. So it's light. You can turn the light on in here if you want. Is he walking yet?
Yeah, no. No legs.
Okay. So there is our fisherman. Oh, so cool. Okay. And we're going to stamp For You, Dad in soft suede. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to adhere this to, so this is a stitched rectangle that I die cut ahead of time on Very Vanilla. And then I'm going to adhere this to a layer of soft suede cardstock. That's just a touch bigger. And then I'm going to adhere this to another layer, which is crumb cake. Okay, and then we're going to add this to our card. So I've got my crackle, and then I've got my stamping. Now what I want to do is add a little linen thread to this. I hear you making him make sweet noises.
He won't laugh for me.
He won't laugh for you. What?
Trying really hard.
Hi, Bodhi. Oh, he's smiling to see me. Maybe it's because you're scary. Did you guys hear that? It was so cute. Okay, so I've got some linen thread. I'm just going to tie or adhere this. Actually, what I'm going to do is, well, put it on the back. And we'll wrap this around. I think 3 times is plenty. Wrap this around and then tie this in the back. And then I'll trim those ends. And attach this to our card base. Like so. Now, of course, we'll pop that up right on top. And I also want to show you a little trick I did with my rectangles that I think my friend Barb showed me this. And it's a really great tip. And that is to number your rectangles. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 is what we actually used on this card. 5, 6, although I think I have 6 flipped, or maybe I didn't number 6 because I was using it. I don't know. But I numbered the big set of framelits from smallest is 1 out to 8. Then I did the more oblong ones A, B, C, D. And then I did not number this one because it's just this random one. So the reason I put all of these numbers on here is so if you're trying to convey to somebody which framelit you're using, it's a little easier to figure that out. And then if you're trying to remember a card you used, you can kind of reference it if you want to go make another one or use the same sizes. So that is where that came from. Okay, now the next thing that I'm going to do is finish this card off. I actually have a little bit more left. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the inside. And, I've got this little, I'm assuming this is like a little tackle box basket bag thing that fishermen use. I don't have the terminology down, so it's their little fishing purse. Right? Don't you think? Whitney's like, yeah, it is. And then, oh, I know. I wanted to stamp this little, actually, it's kind of big. That little, oh, geez, that didn't go quite where I thought it was going to. Well, we'll stamp it again and cover up the whole thing. I wanted that piece to stick out from my box a little bit. There we go. And then in soft suede, it's going to say, well, actually, I don't know if this works because I changed this. I don't know if for you, Dad, and you're the best catch ever probably goes together. That's a weird relationship, so we won't do it. We'll just leave it with the fishing purse on the inside. Perfect. So I did the little whatever lure fishing thing that is. Can you tell I come from a long line of fishermen? Not really. Okay, so anyway. Oh, it's their fish purse that they put their fish in after they catch them. Awesome. Well, you know, you need a purse for stuff like that. Okay. It even has a name. That's good to know. It is forever going to be called the fishing purse in my head, just so you all know. All right, so let me bring back all the cards that I made today because there's been several. So we've got our For You, Dad. We've got our Rooster, just a note. We got our Bright and Happy You Make Me Happy card. We've got a Thinking of You, beautiful card, and an adorable cupcake card. That is probably the widest range of cards I think I've ever done in a Facebook Live. So that is a wide variety for you. Now, I've got some fun announcements. So, first of all, like I said at the very beginning, if you missed it, tomorrow is my 20th anniversary with Stampin' Up! I can't even believe I have done nothing longer than 20 years except my husband. That was horrible, sorry. The only thing I have done in my life for 20 years is be married to my husband. So I think that it's amazing. And I never, ever imagined I would be doing stamping for 20 years. So that's kind of crazy. So with that, first of all, make sure you share this video. And you'll be entered for free stamps. All right. Also, and if you are a winner from today's free stamps, that awesome crackle background, make sure you email me your contact information so I can get that mailed to you. Okay, the other thing I have is I have a really awesome special. This is my 20th anniversary special. Okay, it's for 2 days only. Although if you ordered today, that would count, but 2 days only. I will honor it if you order today, by the way. So that will be Tuesday and Wednesday. That is February 5th and 6th of 2019. All right, I just have to get all of that in here. So this is going to be a really cool thing. If you spend $50 or more, you must use the host code. host code. Okay, if you spend $50 or more, you're going to get a bundle tutorial PDF from me. Okay, if you spend $100 or more and use the host code, you will get the tutorial PDF, plus a host set of your choice. Oh my gosh. And there are a whole bunch to pick from. So any of the host sets, including the brand new ones. And this is one of the new ones. And this is one of the new ones. This set's awesome. Well, this set's awesome too, but this set's really awesome. In fact, watch, I will have a card done with that stamp set coming up. Okay, so that is two things. If you spend $200 or more, you're going to get the PDF. You're going to get your host set, and you're going to get a Hoppy Together class. Okay, this is normally a $25 class. A host set, I think they go up to $16 in value. And then my PDF actually will sell for $15. So if you add all of that up together, that is, let's see, 11, 16, for $56 worth of stuff if you place a $200 order. Now, you have to use the host code on this because that is how I'm going to pay for all of this. But this Hoppy Together class is a class that's coming out later this month as well. So. And the cards are amazing. They're so dang cute. And actually, I planned the class before I knew framelits were coming, so now it's even better. But this is my 20th anniversary special. This is good Tuesday and Wednesday only. But like I said, if you happen to order it tonight, I, of course, will honor this. But again, I can't stress enough that you have to use the host code. That code is JTRUSNR7. It is also on my blog, so you can see that there. If you have any questions about this, of course, let me know, but I'm really excited about this. It's a really awesome deal. Now, if you have any other questions, please let me know. But thank you so much for joining me today, and I can't wait to stamp with you next week. Have an awesome day, guys. Bye.